Welcome to Estadio Matt Wilson for tonight's throwback game here in Mexico City. The Santa Fe Gorillas, where this franchise started. They're taking on the Vancouver Legion in a battle of two top teams in the SFL, alongside Ike McBride and Andy Hamilton in the stats truck. Charles Doherty is here with me. I'm Cameron Irvine. This game has been circled on our calendar, Charles, for months. These teams have not met in Mexico City since the season 19 quarterfinals. 3 past playoff games between these two, and both of these teams have championship aspirations this season.
Yeah, definitely, Cam. This season, they're both S-tier teams. And first off, I love those throwback uniforms for Mexico City. They're crazy. I've always loved when they don those on the field. So I think this is going to be a close game. Both of these defenses are off the charts. I love defense. I hope we see a lot of good defense tonight. Both offenses, though, have really strong running games, and these defenses are going to be put to the test.
They were the Santa Fe Gorillas in Season 5 through 7. They played in the Season 5 championship game. They never faced Vancouver in those 3 seasons as the Legion came along in Season 9. But they're facing them tonight as the ball has been kicked off. We are underway. Chaz Blackwater boots it, and that is one Pseudo Nakai on the kick return to the 25-yard line to get us started tonight. First down for Vancouver. Christian Brown is the Legion quarterback.
That short, fat returner got a pretty good return tonight. I think that the Aztecs have allowed very low points allowed per game, but these last 4 games they've been on fire.
Both of these defenses do not give up much. Christian Brown fires that pass into triple coverage. Is incomplete. To your point, Charles, Mexico City gives up 15.4 points per game. That's second best only to Vancouver, who gives up just 11.1 points per game this season.
Last 4 games, Cam, Mexico City's allowed only 13.5 points a game.
5 wide here on second down and 10 for Christian Brown, who's second in the league in completions with 167. Brown, short and over the middle, is complete to Lili Nakai, her 27th catch of the season. 3rd and 6. Let's introduce you to the Vancouver offense. Christian Brown, Ike McBride, Pseudo Nakai, Mateo Pravado in the backfield. Nick Lockett, Brett Killian, Ezekiel Bear, and Lili Nakai at wide receiver. Sharona Pravado and John Michael Sudduth at tight end. Gregory Winnell, Leo Chang, Rylan Caudell, Mango Moody, and Brunter Graham, or Gray Jam rather, on the offensive line. 3rd down and 6. A very talented unit on offense for the Legion. Christian Brown's pass tipped up in the air, and Brett Killian was tracking, but he was going the opposite direction. Mexico City is going to get the stop on their opening drive, 4th down.
Yeah, great stop for Mexico City defense to kind of set the tone of the game so far. Looks like when Vancouver's passing anything over 10 yards to 15 yards, that secondary of Mexico City is just waiting to double cover on those zone coverages.
On the flip side, Vancouver is number 1 in the league in points per game, 31.1. Mexico City's number 2 at 27.6. So if you're just going by that math, these have been the 2 top teams in the SFL through 11 and change weeks, as we'll get to see Jordan Sipe, a projected all-star, just 7 interceptions this season. Charles, that's second fewest in the SFL, and 90.7 QBR is tops in the league.
Yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders, doesn't make many mistakes. You gotta pressure him and force him to make bad decisions.
2 in the backfield, including Ray Bentley, who will get the handoff to start the game. Bentley will pick up 2 on the carry. Marquise Reed on the tackle. Mexico City's offense includes Jordan Sipe, Jacob Morrison, Ray Bentley, and Buford Van Dam in the backfield. The wide receivers, Jason Bartley, Jonas Adobe, Noe Terrasas, and Jared Dumas. The tight end is Bill Henry. On the offensive line, Ova Yanda, Sitlamina Ocelotl, Greg Forrest, Tatulani Supremo, and Ogden Foundy, as that pass off the hands of Terrasas and incomplete. And yes, I did practice those before we got on the air tonight, Charles.
It looks like on that last play, I believe it was Caudell at the top of the screen, got through the pass blocking and was able to put some pressure on the quarterback and upset that throw.
3rd down and 8 so far. It's the defenses that have come to play before the offenses tonight. We got a long game ahead of us. Dime coverage here from Vancouver, sending Dumas in motion. 8 catches for 112 yards this season, has not reached the end zone. Sipe dropping to throw. looking to set up a screen perhaps. Instead goes down the field and finds Dumas for the first down to about midfield. A misdirection of sorts there from Jordan Sipe.
Yeah, Vancouver defense looks like they sent in a pinch stunt. It got through the blocking, but like we said, Jordan Sipe's got a cool head on his shoulders and knew where to get rid of the ball and just delivered a perfect strike.
Jacob Morrison is in the backfield. He's got 37 carries for 176 yards. That's 4.8 yards per carry, sixth best in the SFL. Sipe rather, looking instead of checking it down, will slide for 3 yards. Didn't want to put Ray Bentley in a position where he was going to get smacked.
Both of these quarterbacks have been known to run a time or two, but Sipe, man, he's got an 8.3 yard average when he gets his head down and starts running with it.
2nd down and 7 for Mexico City. Dropping a throw, Sipe fires incomplete. Looking for Noe Terrasas. That pass is broken up by what I feel like might be the best secondary player in Vancouver's defensive backfield, Emmanuel Blackman.
Yeah, they've got a lot of stars there in their backfield, and even going down to the dime nickel level, I mean, they could start on any team in this league.
Blackman leads the team in passes deflected with 6, but Vancouver's number 1 in the league in interceptions with 25 this season. As Sipe fires down the field, caught the 34-yard line. Jason Bartley with the catch and a first down for the Aztecs.
A well-executed rollout there by Mexico City. The offensive line did their job holding they sent a couple rushers in as well, held them all in their tracks, was able to go through the progressions and find Bartley wide open.
Vancouver gets a lot of kudos offensively, but this defense is unbelievable. Number 1 in tackles for loss with 97 this season. Number 2 in sacks, 25.5. They're the number 1 rush defense, total defense. They force the most turnovers, and their turnover differential is the best too, +9 in the SFL. They have 2 very close losses this season, and that's it. Jordan Sipe fires down the field. That's caught inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Bill Henry for the first down.
They keep sending them, Cam, from Vancouver, but so far Mexico City has had an answer. The jersey for Sipe is clean so far. He's able to get enough time to go through and hit his number 1 or 2 if he gets into rest.
Jordan Sipe has been sacked 17 times this season. That is lower half in the SFL in terms of, not good on the offensive side of the ball. Jacob Morrison gets the handoff and picks up 3.
Yeah, the secondary for Vancouver, they're not afraid to get up and do some run defense. And we saw on that one how quick they were able to shut off the edge there for Bentley.
So far, Sipe is 3 for 5 for 49 yards, and 3 different members of the backfield have gotten a carry. 6:08 to go in the first quarter. As Sipe drops to throw and fires into the end zone, that is incomplete. Just a little bit outside of Noe Terrasas' catching radius.
He saw a window, but Cam, at this part of the field, those windows close quick, and I think we saw it on that play right there. Just enough time for Hamilton to get over and mess things up a bit.
Yeah, Hamilton, a really nice job sort of putting the helmet right in the way of Terrasas making that catch, but not making contact with Terrasas either. Otherwise, that could have drawn a pass interference penalty. 3rd down and 7. Sipe dropping to throw. Sipe rolls out to his left, fires. That is tipped up in the air and incomplete. That pass knocked away by Mark Lopez, and Vancouver's defense will hold to 3 points.
Yeah, that was a good stand here as they got closer to the end zone. But man, another tip of the cap here for Sipe. I mean, I keep thinking he's going to get hit, but it's somehow just a couple steps here or there, and he adds a couple seconds of the play.
Chaz Blackwater, 108 of 112 on his career, now 109 of 113. And an 11-play, 55-yard drive results in Mexico City taking a 3-0 lead against the Vancouver Legion. Each team has had a opening possession.
And so Mexico City offense got the ball, went downfield. They only walked away with 3, but in this game, every point's going to matter. But now the pressure's on Vancouver. I mean, both of these are playoff teams. Let's see how Vancouver responds and see what kind of medal they're going to have going into the playoffs.
Nakai on the return, gets up to the 23-yard line. That's where Vancouver will start their next possession. Vancouver's Mateo Privado, a projected all-star on this roster. He may not have the touchdowns that Ike McBride has, but has been lethal in the ground attack. 4.4 yards per carry and 4 touchdowns. That's top 15 in the SFL. Vancouver did not run on their first offensive series. This time they will draw it to Privado, but Santa Fe, Mexico City was ready for it. That was John Fowler on the tackle.
Both of these, both Privado and McBride, are also dangerous out of the backfield in the receiving game. So let's see if they can put them to use tonight.
5 wide, Christian Brown, clean pocket, but could not find who he was looking for. That was Ezekiel Bear. He had a drag coming open as well, but just didn't see the left side of the field. 3rd and 9.
I mean, it's moving quick out there, Cam. I mean, he probably saw something, but just like we saw Sipe on that last play that halted their drive, those windows close pretty quickly with these defenses.
Brown is 1 of 4 to start this ball game. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. 2-by-2 here for Brown. Looking for the screen to Privado, but it's closed down, and that pass is caught by Lili Nakai over the middle. Nakai's second catch for a first down.
Yeah, that was, I mean, we know short step, like 2-step drops and 5-step drops. That was a 35-step drop. And they just waited for Nakai to get behind the short coverage, short to medium coverage in the zone, and was just wide open.
Nakai has been the best target for Brown so far tonight. They're going to go empty again, not really testing this Mexico City run defense. Christian Brown again looking for drags over the middle. This time finds John Michael Sudduth, the tight end, for a first down. Sudduth's first catch on his first target of the night.
Vancouver does pass a lot, but one of the things that's I think makes them so successful is they throw in those short and medium routes, and all of the receivers and tight ends are very good at running those routes, and it's a good option. If you're not going to run it a lot, those short passes and medium passes are almost the same.
They're one of the most balanced teams in the league. 271 passes, 274 runs. But tonight, taking a pass-first approach against Mexico City as that pass is caught by Bear down to the 23-yard line for a Vancouver first down.
Yeah, Bear, the rookie drafted in the 2nd round. I mean, he's been having a very good rookie year. I mean, very reliable. When he's targeted, rarely drops it, and he's been showing. Everybody knows he's fast, but he's been showing very solid ability to run routes.
Bear, Nakai, and Sudduth have a combined 62 catches coming into tonight. Brett Killian leads the team with 56. He has just 1 target, no catches so far, as that pass is caught by Killian right on cue, just inside the 20-yard line.
That was a weird offensive play there. It looked like they had 3 receivers on the sideline waiting for the ball.
Mexico City's defense on the line includes Evan Miller, Saron Yates IV, Chance Wall, and Dan Tritz. Linebackers John Fowler, Qualzine Yulia, and John Osiris. Defensive backs Gerard Brody, Liam Ryan, Merrick Itera, Jeffrey Daggs, and Max Jackson. 2nd and 6. Looks like that defensive backfield is going to be busy tonight. Christian Brown firing down the field, intercepted, picked off. Liam Ryan, Aussie to the 11-yard line, first down for the Aztecs.
The 4th interception of the season there for Ryan. Looks like it was just holding his own in his coverage, looking at the eyes of the quarterback, and the ball was thrown, made a great adjustment, and was able to cut off the pass and get the interception.
Miranda Dumas supporting her husband in the chat. We've got the game on 3 screens in this house right now. Definitely not obsessively watching at all. Love to see that, Charles. 1st and 10 at the 11. 3 receivers, 2-by-1 here for Mexico City off the interception. This is Ray Bentley breaking in a tackle, but Marquise Reed drags him down after 3 yards. This Vancouver Legion defense on the line includes Bobo Caudell, Achilles Papatonis, Gerald Giudice, and Michael Rury. The linebackers Josh Farnsey, DJ Woods, and Marquise Reed. In the defensive backfield, Emmanuel Blackman, Michael Lister, Ron Hoff, Jack Russell, Drew Hamilton, and Mark Lopez. 3:05 to go in the first. 3-0 Mexico City. Jordan Sipe to pass with pressure, barreling down. That is incomplete. Looking for Henry down the field, 3rd and 7.
Vancouver keeps sending it. It's almost every play they send a blitzer in. If not one, two, maybe three. And so far they haven't touched Sipe, but on that particular play they were able to get in his face, and he didn't see the receiver downfield, but took a shot at it. This
is going to be an absolute war tonight. These two teams not making anything easy. Nothing has been simple for either of these offenses as Sipe rolls out, fires. That is complete. Honus Adobe immediately tackled after the catch, but gets his first grab to move the chains.
Yeah, those rollout plays so far have been dangerous. They're setting the blocks great on the edge, given time for the receiver to go deep in the route, and the quarterback's just ready to strike.
Sipe 4 for 9 for 64 yards. He's hit 4 different targets. Christian Brown 5 for 9 has also hit 4 different targets, and neither run game has done too much against the tenacious front seven of both these squads. This is Sipe to throw again. Sipe fires down the field, caught by Henry, first down to the 41-yard line. Again, Charles immediately hit, but still a successful first down conversion.
It looks like we're seeing a lot of the same stunts there on the defensive line for Vancouver. A lot of pinch. That's given the offensive line an ability to adjust to it. If they know where they're going, they could be meeting them there before they get through the door.
Vancouver, as we were talking about in pregame, has an impressive 10 different players with a sack this season. So they come from everywhere, including strong safety Jack Russell, who has 3 himself. That pass is knocked away by Blackman, defending Terrace's second down.
Yeah, they mixed it up on that play, the defensive line for Vancouver. It looks like they confused the offensive lineman of Mexico City on that play.
Bentley's in the backfield for the Aztecs, up 3-0 here early. Sipe fires middle, and Terraces just dropped that. Have to bring that one in. Noe Terraces having a tough night tonight. No catches on 5 targets.
I tell you what, Cam, you catch the ball in the middle, 10 yards to 15 yards against either of these defenses, you better bring it in quick and buckle up, because you're going to get hit. We saw it on that last play.
3rd down and 10 now for Mexico City. This drive moving at a bit of a snail's pace, it feels, as it's a grind out there. Sipe, 3rd and 10, fires, caught again. Honus Adobe, one-on-one coverage. Listen, if you're going to be a big boy tonight, you're going to have to haul in some pretty difficult catches.
Yeah, and that was a great route and thrown perfect, right in the numbers of the wide receiver, but the defender had no chance of getting it.
1st and 10, Mexico City continues to convert 3rd downs. They are 3 for 5, on pace for 20 3rd downs tonight. Sipe dropping a throw. Again, the offensive line is able to hold up, and this time Jason Bartley with the catch. Jordan Sipe's on a roll.
The timing between the receivers and Sipe is just incredible tonight. The defense looks like they have a shot at it, but right when they get to the ball, it's already in. Right when they get to the receiver, the ball's already in the hands of the wide receiver.
Everything coming up. Mexico City so far, they have dominated time of possession, and Jordan Sipe starting to get cooking. 4 of his last 6 passes have been completions, trying to make it 5 for 7 here, but throws a pick. Ron Hoff takes it away. Jukes a lineman. Got a block. Ron Hoff down the sideline. Can anybody catch him? Adobe gets a block, and Hoff is going to score. Amazing blocking down the field. Ron Hoff's 2nd career touchdown puts Vancouver ahead.
That's his 2nd touchdown this season, and his 4th interception for the season as well. What a great play. I mean, the defense needed this, Cam. They were on the ropes. Mexico City looked like they were driving at will down the field, and that was a great turnover and very needed for that Vancouver squad.
And who knew Achilles Papatonis and Michael Rury could block too? That was impressive by the big fellas on the return.
That was the longest play of the season.
My goodness, what a return for Vancouver. 43 seconds to go in the first quarter, and they take the lead 7-3, and Christian Brown says, I'm getting a Ron Hoff tattoo.
Both of these defenses, Cam, I mean, I'm not talking a heck of a lot about the offense because these defenses are so deadly. I mean, just when you think you're getting some momentum, they'll step in front of a pass and take it to the house like we saw Hoff do there.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get to 44.5 tonight. And on principle, I agreed with Mike St. Green's prediction on SFL this week tonight. But now seeing these teams in person, the first to 17 might win this game.
It was very clear you had an agreement in principle.
I was contractually obligated to tell him that he made a solid pick. Hand off to Ray Bentley, who gets rid of a Vancouver defender and picks up 5 yards. That's what Ray Bentley's Hall of Fame career has all been about. Some of the best 5-yard runs you'll ever see.
Yeah, and he hit one of the better safeties in the league. I think that was Jack Russell that got hit by that train.
For Jordan Sipe, that was interception number 8 this season. That's it. Sipe's pass is caught. A pretty ball to the outside, and that is the second tight end on this roster, Anthony Beck, number 88.
Yeah, I mean, and it wasn't a bad pass at all. I mean, some people would say it wasn't very accurate, but that's the only place Sipe could have put it, I think, for the player in stride with the defender closing in on it.
Yeah, you want that low and away, and that's exactly where Sipe put it, and that is the end of our first quarter. Vancouver is up thanks to a Ron Hoff pick six, 7-3 over the Aztecs. You're watching the SFL Monday Night Spectacular doubleheader here on the Virtual Football Network, along with Andy Hamilton and Ike McBride in the stats truck, Charles Doherty, the analyst, and me, Cameron Irvine, your play-by-play commentator, who feels like he's got all the pollen in the world nestled right in the throat. It is killing me right now, but at least we got a good game going on, Charles, as the handoff goes to Ray Bentley, who breaks a tackle and picks up 3 yards on the play.
I mean, Cam, way to make it about you.
How are you feeling, Charles?
I'm feeling all right. That's killing me too.
2nd and 7 after the 3-yard run for Bentley. He's up to 13 yards on 4 carries, but ever dangerous to break one out. Nickel look here for Vancouver. Jordan Sipe, 5 steps, fires down the middle, one-on-one coverage, and that is Jared Dumas again stepping up for Mexico City with a couple of huge catches in the first half.
Yeah, Vancouver looks like they sent the house there, but Yanda Ocelado, Force, Supremo, and Foundy just dug their heels in and didn't even get close to the quarterback.
9 of 17 for 139 yards for Jordan Sipe and the Mexico City Aztecs, who have dominated time of possession in this first half with their offense. The handoff goes to Ray Bentley. That's a pickup of 5, but total plays 25-11 so far, as the Legion, thanks to that pick 6, have really not been on the field much offensively.
Yeah, and I'm just surprised the number of passes that Mexico City has. I know they can do it on both sides, with the run and the pass, but I would have expected Vancouver to have more passes.
Jordan Sipe, 214 attempts, Charles, this season, just 20th in the SFL. So Mexico City's not necessarily known as a team that loves to pass. 3rd down again. Bunch to the right. Sipe, the lefty, will roll left, get a block from Bentley, and the pass is caught by Bartley. Ray Bentley keeps Jordan Sipe's jersey clean. 1st down, Aztecs.
One bad play for Mexico City, but taking everything else into account, that offense is just playing lights out tonight. And you see all facets of the offense. The offensive line is blocking their tails off, the crisp route running by the receivers. And Sipe is he's a wizard back there. I mean, again, with the exception of that one interception, he knows where to get the ball. It's almost like you could put a blindfold on him, and he's able to get the ball where he needs to put it.
Papatonis, 325 pounds, as Sipe drops to throw, will dump it off to Bentley. Ray Bentley going to stay in bounds and get the first down and totally wipe away my point. Maybe I'll get back to it later, Charles, but what a run by Bentley.
Yeah, was your point about allergies?
No, it was Papatonis is 325. Ray Bentley is 215. Ray Bentley has never felt gravity more than he did with picking up that block, and then he just threw a bunch of gravity at another Vancouver defender.
I was trying to save you, man, and you went back to it.
Well, I was able to get it in. It worked out. Dumas goes in motion, defended in tight coverage by Mark Lopez in his 14th season. Sipe back to throw on first down and goal, fires into the end zone. Passes nearly intercepted. Just getting a fingertip in there was Marquise Reed.
I thought Henry had his mitts on it at the end there. That would have been the catch of the season if he was able to bring that in.
Almost went right to him.
Oh, man.
Second and goal, dangerous territory. What do they do here?
I think they'll pass it. No, they're going to run it in for a touchdown.
Nope, pass. You're right the first time. Vancouver brings a blitz. That pass is almost intercepted again. Blackman was right there, and Josh Farnsey came in to clean it up. Third and goal.
Wow, that's you're throwing to Blackman right there, and he's an assassin out there. I think he's one of the best between Blackman and Hoff. They're one of the best cornerback combos in the league, and that's just not me being prejudiced.
This will be the 7th Aztec third down in the first half. 5 for 6 is Mexico City on third down so far. Third and goal, 2-by-2. Sipe against a 4-man rush, fires in zone, caught, touchdown. Noe Terrazas finally able to haul one in. Didn't catch hardly any of his catches in the first half and pulls in a touchdown, and the Dags DroneWorks blimp is here.
Yeah, make that 7 for the season, but that was a great pass. That was another great pass by Sipe. The defender had his face to the end zone and just put it right at the last second, so Terrazas could jump up and catch it before the defender had a chance to turn around and make an impact.
Terrazas 0 for his first 6 tonight and then catches the touchdown. A red zone magnet. Mexico City takes a 10-7 lead on an 11-play, 73-yard drive. Terrazas says hey to the fam. Mexico City 31-11 in total plays in the first half. Sipe has 23 passes and has 12 completions, which is more completions than Vancouver has had plays. Legion down just 3.
He's on pace for 50 attempts.
And then some. You know, Bryant Dynasty threw 60 times in the loss to Carolina out of desperation. But that was a crazy stat line this week.
You just don't see Sipe throw it that often. I mean, the way he's throwing it, give him the ball more. But I think this is a unique game for him.
7:23 to go in the first half. Vancouver's offense back to work. As Christian Brown has an open receiver. That is Nakai again. And a lot of Vancouver's, younger receivers that are not necessarily nice little out and up for Lili Nakai, but they're stepping up tonight as Brett Killian is being blanketed.
I think Brody and Itera have both Killian and Lockett blanketed.
7 minutes left in the first half. Vancouver finding ways to pick up first downs. They'll hand it off to Mateo Privado. He'll get a couple more.
It's good to mix that in, Cam, because you got to keep that defense guessing what you're going to do.
That was Privado's second run of the night for just 3 yards. Ike McBride does not have a carry in the first half. She is in the backfield. Christian Brown's pass incomplete, so it'll bring up third down and 8. Some real tight coverage down the field, no flag.
Yeah, that 10-yard mark and deep, they've just got it locked down. The only thing that we've seen so far for Vancouver's success rate is those short passes across the middle.
Third down and 8. 6:29 to go in the first half. Itera passes off Nick Lockett. Christian Brown against a 4-man rush. Clean pocket. Chooses to dump it off short. Ezekiel Bear cannot get the first down. Liam Ryan wraps up on the tackle. Vancouver will have to punt.
Yeah, again, another looked like they were showing zone on defense, and they just executed it perfectly. There wasn't any option for Brown to find a receiver past the first down yardage marker.
Charles, you ready to have your mind blown?
Yeah, all right.
That was the best Matthew McConaughey I've ever heard. Hamilton on the punt return. Guess what? Jordan Sipe in the 4K23 era, the most passes he's ever thrown in a game is 50. Charles, guess who that was against? Vancouver in season 21. The second most passes he's ever thrown in a game is 42. Guess who that was against?
Lone Star Glory.
Vancouver. Their past 2 meetings, Jordan Sipe has had his most pass attempts in his 4K23 career. You can't make this up, Charles. That's unbelievable.
That is crazy. Did you just find that now, or did you have that in your book of notes?
No, I dug it up.
Oh, look at you, multitasking.
You know it. That's what I do. 24 pass attempts for Jordan Sipe so far tonight. The pass is caught by Terrasses on attempt number 25. First down.
I thought that was an INT. That was definitely a battle for the ball, and Terrasses won on that one.
How about the trust from Jordan Sipe, Charles, to keep going to Terrasses? 0 for his first 6, and he's caught his last 2.
They're testing Blackman. I mean, that's the second time they've thrown his way on one-on-one coverage.
Oh, Mike Daggs, you shouldn't say silly things in the chat. It's the white uniforms that makes us pass happy. Well, the last 2 times you played Vancouver, it was in Vancouver. They weren't wearing white jerseys, so gonna have to ding you on that one. That pass caught by Terrasses. No, check that. Jared Dumas again with the first down. Dumas' 3rd catch of the night, had 8 all this season.
Did you call me? Oh, that was a good pass, just right outside the hands of the wide receiver. Another perfect pass by Sipe.
Did I missed something? Did I call you?
Oh, sorry, it was the last name. It threw me off.
First down, halfway through the first quarter. There's a look at Sipe's distribution here. 62 to the outside and 130 and change to the inside. Sipe drops the throw again, clean pocket, and that is incomplete. It looks like Vancouver may be blitzing a little bit less, Charles, because it wasn't really working in that first quarter. They have not been able to get to him at all.
Yeah, I think that's a smart adjustment. I mean, maybe that was the chess game that Lopez and Hamilton had on their side. Show a lot of blitz early, make them make an adjustment, then drop back into some coverage and make them make a mistake.
4:48 to go in the first half. Sipe this time against pressure finds Terrasses with a little 6-yard curl to set up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, they sent a lot of people on that blitz. Wow.
Listen, when you got as good a secondary as Vancouver, Charles, I mean, it's easy to play man coverage. 8th 3rd down conversion or 3rd down attempt of the night for the Aztecs. 3rd down and 4. Your play count is still plus 20 and counting. Bartley goes in motion, has 3 for 46 tonight. Sipe to pass, fires down the field. Bill Henry, first down. Bartley, 3 catches. Terrasses, 3 catches. Dumas, 3 catches. Henry, 3 catches. First down, Aztecs.
Yeah, that's the tight end against the number 2 cornerback on that one. That was against Hoff, was it not, or was that against Blackman? Anyway, that's impressive for the tight end to be able to get that type of separation on a cornerback.
3:50 to go in the first half. Hamilton was on the coverage there. 3:46. It was one of those guys. It was good. Yeah. That pass in the end zone. Ooh. Touchdown, Terrasses again. His 2nd score of the night. That's 8 for the season. And Mexico City extends their lead. Besides that pick 6, it's been all Aztecs in the first half.
Yeah, the defense for Vancouver, other than that interception, hasn't had an answer for him. They've just been driving down the field and threw it to a wide receiver in the end zone that had 2 defenders on it, and that's just showing you how accurate Sipe is tonight.
17 of 30. On pace for 60. Kick from Blackwater is good. 17-7. 7-play, 72-yard drive for Mexico City. And it's up to Vancouver's offense to get things moving. Just a bit sluggish.
This is a big series for them going in the locker room. They've got to take some momentum with them.
4 first downs, averaging 5 yards a play. Just have not been able to put together much of a consistent drive. What has been working is the supporting cast to Brett Killian. Ezekiel Bear 2 for 26. Lili Nakai 3 for 32. We'll see what Christian Brown can dial up on this next possession. 5 wide receivers to start the drive at the 20-yard line. Brown against a 4-man rush. Standing tall in the pocket and finding Lili Nakai. Again, having a banner evening. First down for the Legion.
I guess they didn't, have her on the scout team for Mexico City. She's not being defended very well. I mean, when she's getting past who looks like she's wide open.
And that was against Itera too. That's not an easy matchup. Nakai this season, her season highs 88 yards and a touchdown on 6 grabs. There's another one. That was against Sin City. Lili Nakai has been the star of Vancouver's offense in the first half. That's her 5th grab now for 72.
Another route where it looks like she got behind the coverage there, and number 21, Adam Beasley, was playing catch up.
There's Nakai's numbers, 5 catches, 72 yards. Man, our stats truck is perfect. On 7 targets, Christian Brown, 8 of his last 10 for 113 yards. Handoff on a draw. Here comes Bravado, running downhill, picking up 7 yards.
Smart play. Yeah, they need. They've only run this is their 3rd run of the half. Yeah, it looks like their 3rd run of the half. They got to have some level of success in the running game.
And it was their best. The pass setting up the run. Bravado up to 10 yards, 2nd down and 3. Handoff to Ike McBride. Stiff arm. McBride, 20, down to about the 16-yard line on her first carry. It's a big one for a first down into the red zone.
That was an angry run. A nice blocking up front, but she just who was that? Was that the outside linebacker? She just stiff-armed down into the turf.
We try not to mention those that have been pulverized. It's a family show. Poor guy.
I want to make it safely to the bus.
1st and 10, 2:05 to go. I can just see you just running to the bus. It just makes me laugh. Christian Brown. He threw it back. Liam Ryan took it away at the 15-yard line. Ryan's 2nd of the night just stepped right in front of it and kills a really great Vancouver drive.
Yeah, that is a kick in the stomach. I mean, Ryan with his 5th interception, the 2nd today. That's just, that is what you really have to overcome if you're the Vancouver offense. That's takes any momentum you had and just flushes it.
He almost was playing the linebacker spot there as he shifted over. I don't think Christian Brown was expecting that. That is, as you said, a gut punch. And now Mexico City has a chance to pour on more points here. That drive was looking real crisp for the Legion. Now they're in some trouble. Dumas goes in motion. Sipe draw to Bentley. Vancouver was all over it. And the tackle at the end of the play made by Russell.
We'll see if Sipe keeps going to the pass here. I mean, you got a minute and some change here. You know what I'm going to say, run it out, but you don't want to let that defense get another interception and keep some momentum going into halftime.
2nd and 8, your defense has pitched a shutout at this point as Morrison gets a carry. Not much there. That was Morrison's 2nd attempt of the night. There's Russell once again making the stop. 3rd down for Mexico City. I feel like I've been saying that all night.
A lot of 3rd downs, but they've been very successful on 3rd downs. As they, steadily drive down the field.
7 of 8, 3 for 3 in this quarter. 1:05 left. Sipe to throw. Sipe rolling to his left, firing deep down the field. That pass is incomplete. That would have been a tight squeeze to Adobe, and Vancouver's defense stands tall. They force a 3-and-out after the interception. They'll get the ball back with likely decent field position. 59 seconds left.
Got plenty of time to do something here. And this is one of the teams in the league that you're comfortable with them going to a pass-heavy point this late in the game. Late in the first half.
Fair catch. That's a nice punt to the 31-yard line. So, man, I don't know if Vancouver is going to get, especially with those 2 picks, get overly aggressive from that spot of the field. What a flip of the field by Cale Barrett Jr.
That was a phenomenal kick. I mean, he's averaging 40 for the season, but that was about 50 plus, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the air, probably about 60. And got the fair catch, too. Not a lot on the return either. Nakai goes in motion. 53 seconds left. We'll see if Vancouver presses on the gas. 52 yards, says Ike McBride. Thank you very much. Deep shot. Brett Killian caught at the 45. Timeout, Vancouver. That was a very important completion there on first down.
Yeah, again, I think at this point in the game, I would stay away from the middle. I mean, they've shown that that's the defense have shown that that's the no-fly zone so far.
Brown 10 of 16, bunch to his left. Vancouver searches for their first points on offense just before the end of the first half. Brown's pass is deflected by Evan Miller. This defensive front, that's Miller's second pass deflection of the year, but they have a habit of getting their hands up at the right time.
Yeah, and Miller just dominated from the snap, just got by the offensive lineman and had the advantage right at the snap.
2nd and 10, 44 seconds to go, and 2 timeouts for the Legion. Brown against a blitz, fires one-on-one coverage. Brett Killian, that's dangerous. He gets a first down and a timeout for Vancouver to the Aztec 42-yard line.
Yeah, way to fight for those extra yards. I mean, it looked like he was going right down at contact, but was able to add another 5 yards at least to it.
That is a risky strategy to play Brett one-on-one on the outside. Just outside of field goal range for Vancouver. They have 1 timeout, but they'll burn it if they don't get into range here on this next play. Or if obviously if the ball does not go out of bounds or is incomplete. Sudeth goes in motion down to 2 seconds. They'll get it off. Brown straight back, fires a quick route over the middle to Lockett, and he is hit very simultaneously, maybe even a step early.
Yeah, that was. It's like they tried to flood it there, right in the right in the middle, and Mexico City was just waiting for it.
Bear goes in motion. The fans a little bit nervous here as Vancouver for the second straight drive is driven down the field, but it's starting to stall out once again. Merrick Itera and Jeffrey Daggs in the coverage, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, they got to walk away with at least a field goal here, Cam.
Probably, maybe 7 yards out?
We don't have a win tonight, do we?
Doesn't seem that way. Chance to win's long this season is 49. 3rd down and 10 for Brown, and he takes a sack, which is just about the worst possible outcome. 4th and 15, brought down by Chance Wall, his 2nd sack of the season. And honestly, Charles, I wouldn't be surprised if Vancouver went for this.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably going to wind up punting.
Yeah. I thought maybe, you got 1 timeout, you take the clock all the way down, try to get into field goal range on that last throw. But they'll punt the football away, and Mexico City's defense will pitch a shutout. Actually, there's no need to even punt it. They'll just take it to the half. Wow, what a first half. Ron Hoff, thank goodness for him for the Vancouver Legion. They are down 17-7 at the half. It could have been a lot worse, and the offense much better in the second quarter for Vancouver. As we take a breath, and so can the Mexico City faithful. Aztecs up 10. What are your thoughts on the first half, Charles?
Well, with the, like you said, with the exception of that interception that Hoff took to the house, the Mexico City offense and defense has just been, dictating the terms. And, Vancouver hasn't shown a way to stop them, with the exception of that interception. Vancouver is going to have to make some adjustments. I think this second half is going to show us, which of these teams is ready to go deep in the playoffs with how they respond in the second half.
Noe Terrasas didn't think it at the start, but is your player of the half. 4 for 44 and 2 touchdowns. Let's take a halftime break, presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, BrakesGPT.com. Mexico City 3.5-point dogs at home tonight. Not so much on the board. 17-7, defending champs up 10.
We saw a lot of blitz by Vancouver in the first half. Let's see what kind of adjustments they make on defense and see if maybe they try and settle into some coverages.
272 to 167 in total yards in that first half. Both teams with 27 rushing yards. Jordan Sykes' pass is incomplete, and laying out for that football was Michael Lister. You can't ask anything more out of your slot corner than that.
And Lister's just been playing lights out this season. I mean, he's got 5 interceptions and 2 touchdowns, and make that his 6th pass deflection.
2nd and 10, Sipes' 32nd attempt in this ball game. Drops to throw. Sipes pass caught. Dumas, 4th grab. First down.
Right into coverage too. I mean, that wasn't even a window. That was a keyhole. He threw that in.
Literally taken off of the helmet of the defender. That is one heck of a... I mean, Dumas having a banner night right now. 75 yards, leads all players in yardage right now. All skill positions. Hand off to Jacob Morrison, and there's just not much there. You can see why both teams wanted to pass a lot tonight. Rooms are going fast for the 2025 SFL Convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 13th. If you want to go, you need to book your stay now. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. Charles, I reserved my room just a couple weeks ago, and we were almost out. Got to get on it.
Did you have the honeymoon suite?
No, I just got a pair of doubles, man. I slum it with the rest of my peeps. I don't do the sweet stuff. It's not how I roll. Draw play. Hand off to Bentley. And that picks up 7. You know, last year in Houston, due to a miscommunication, I didn't even have a room for the first 2 nights.
Oh, no.
I was bunking all over the convention. It was embarrassing. 2nd down and 3 after that run from Bentley. That was his longest run of the day. 27 yards on 7 carries. Jordan Sykes, dangerous option play. Actually tried to cut it back inside. Vancouver was all over it. 3rd and 3.
I think that was Barnesy just dove through that line and ran by the quarterback and made an adjustment, turned around, and still was able to bring him down.
8 minutes to go in the 3rd. Play fake. Side just gets rid of it. Passes almost picked. 3 different opportunities for Drew Hamilton to take it away. That would have been his 3rd pick of the season, but it does set up a 4th down.
That was 10 tips I counted. I can say that because that's Drew Hamilton.
And the punt god, as it says on the back of his jersey, out to try to pin Vancouver inside his 10. And that one actually gets away from him unless he can get a great bounce, which he does, all the way down to the 6-yard line, and he nearly chased down his own punt.
Wow. That was perfect positioning there. Yeah, offense for Vancouver has got to go a long way to put some points on the board, Cam.
Well, the good news for the Legion is their last 2 drives, they moved the football pretty good. 5 plays, 64 yards, 6 plays, 23 yards, but it felt bigger than that. Bravado just made Jeffrey Daggs feel small too. 6-yard gain.
That was a mean hit. Oh my gosh. That was with both. That was a double stiff arm, it looked like.
There's a lot of pent-up energy from Mateo Bravado, who only gets his 4th carry of the evening. 2nd down and 4 for Vancouver. 7:18 to go in the 3rd, and Ike McBride is blasted in the backfield. That is John Osiris with the TFL.
Oh man, that was reading the play. They knew there was going to be a run outside. Osiris just showed his discipline, stayed in his lane, and was able to get his 14th TFL of the season.
3rd down and 8, 6:56 left in the 3rd quarter. Bear goes in motion. Vancouver doesn't want to lose out on the field position war. Down 10, back to pass, heavy blitz. Christian Brown's pass is caught. Mexico City takes a chance, and Ezekiel Bear delivers.
Huge catch for Bear. That was one of his biggest catches of the season. Vancouver down in the dumps. They needed a spark, and who do you go to? Bear, the rookie. Just throw it to him, and he got the first down.
And that's Max Jackson in coverage. Look, on paper, Mexico City, I mean, if you've got Merrick Itera on Lili Nakai, if you've got Max Jackson on Ezekiel Bear, these are not necessarily favorable matchups, but Vancouver continues to deliver against this tenacious secondary. That's Nick Lockett's first catch.
First catch, but he got hammered after he got that in his mitts. Oh.
Hit supplied by Daggs.
Yeah, that Daggs. I think Daggs was angry from that double stiff arm.
I would be too. 6:06 left to go in the 3rd. Vancouver hanging in this game. Stepping up big time. 7-2. Top 4 team right now. Trying to hold on to the lead in that Western Division, Charles. They right now have the head-to-head over Washington, who has the same record, but the Trident play the Los Angeles Lycans next week, who have been really struggling. So for Vancouver, this feels like a must-win if you want to try to go get this division. Handoff. Bravado has some space, and Bravado is just shy of the first down. 3rd and 1.
That's an interesting mark.
Looked like at least about less than 1. A little less than 1. Like I'm shaking the pool noodle or something. That is
good stuff.
Short.
Oh, close.
Knocked away by John Osiris. And now that we've got our tuning down, it's 4th and inches.
Go for it. They're not gonna, but man, they've got the horses to do it.
And no challenge either. I did think that the runner was short, but man, that's tough to have a 3rd and 1 and then a 4th and short. Got to punt it away, but Vancouver did. Wow, what a hit there. Did flip field position against the Aztecs, so that's something. But another drive of 30, 40 yards for Vancouver that just does not end in any points.
And that's got to be frustrating for the offensive coaching staff for Vancouver.
Mike Daggs says the booth is getting wacky. Has he heard all of his calls with Gerald Smith, Charles? I mean, we're tame. First down to the 19. Sipe dropping to throw. Sipe takes off and manages to scoop up 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Not a bad run. You always get nervous, though, when the quarterback is going up against 2 defenders, but Sipe's been there before.
4:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 6. Jordan Sipe to a wide open Bill Henry. And I don't say that lightly in this matchup. Henry had a lot of space to work first down for Mexico City.
Yeah, definitely had a lot of space. Yeah, just got right past the short zone coverage there by Blackman, and the type knew where to go. Just dumped it off to him and moved the chains.
Lined the tight end on the outside there, 5 for 80 for Bill Henry tonight.
Quiet. That's a quiet 80.
Draw. Bentley. Look at the space. My goodness. Again, for the second straight play, we have not seen space to run like that tonight outside of Ike McBride post stiff arm.
Yeah, that was, it looked like they were expecting a deep pass on that one, and Mexico City offense fooled them.
Aztecs putting together a statement drive here. Already 68 yards here in the third quarter. They will send Dumas in motion, who's got 76 yards. Still your leader among skill positions tonight in yardage. The handoff goes to Jacob Morrison up the middle. Morrison will pick up 5.
Nice. That's nice. I like the fact that they're getting that running game going, getting some time off the clock.
Our apologies. We missed it earlier, but shout out to Jordan Sipe, who, with his first touchdown tonight, got touchdown number 100 on his career.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
So congrats to Jordan. Top 40 all time. Handoff. Bentley. Broke away. Ray Bentley cannot be brought down until about the 31-yard line. 1st and 10. May have been the 26.
It's big. I mean, that's big when they can get that running game going like that. It spells bad news for Vancouver defense.
36. Sorry, stat people. Statisticians rely on our accuracy, Charles.
Certainly do.
They all work as a collective unit. 2:35 to go in the third. In this 150-game regular season schedule across the SFL's season 24. Handoff on a draw to Morrison, and this time Josh Farnsey ruins him, a loss of 2.
It's the second time he just blew up through the line and just shut down the play.
Second and 12. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Sipe dropping a pass, takes a sack. First sack of the day for the team with the most sacks in the SFL. That is Bobo Caudell with the takedown.
His 3rd sack of the season, and they were getting close, and it's only a matter of time you're gonna get the quarterback.
Caudell's 32nd and a half sack all time. 3rd this season. 3rd and 20 for Mexico City, and they'll just run it. Hand off to Bentley, and Ray Bentley may get into field goal range. Gets all the way down to 4th and 2. They're going to get to kick it. That is a nightmare for Vancouver.
Definitely. I mean, that's the defensive coaches throwing clipboards, throwing Gatorade bottles, whatever.
That is going to give Chaz Blackwater a chance to kick a field goal and put the Aztecs up 13 from 45. Busy man this season, 20 for 21. Blackwater got it right down the middle by the time it got there, 20-7. 9-play, 53-yard drive, and the kick king gets 3.
Yeah, great. They only put 3 up, Cam, but that 3 is a nail in the. There's still a lot of time left, but that's a lot to overcome being down 13 against Mexico City on the road.
Well, when the offense only needs a field goal and a touchdown, and you haven't scored all night, that's one thing. But now, Vancouver, who hasn't scored all night offensively, now they need 2 touchdowns. Where are they gonna pull those from? Maybe on the feet of Nakai. Nakai makes a move to the 35-yard line and gets Vancouver some of their best starting field position tonight.
Well, that's how it starts, with a good return there, setting up the offense for putting some points up.
You're watching simulation football action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN features the SFL tonight, the SFLM playoffs on Wednesday, the UFL on Thursday, and then next week it's SFL, or later this week I should say, it's SFL on Friday, Sunday, and Monday right here on the Virtual Football Network. Tuesday and Saturday, you'll have to find something else to do. Sorry. Handoff. Matteo Privado gets to the 40 and gets 6 yards. I like that to start the drive, Charles. No need to panic for Vancouver. It's just a 2-score game right now.
Yeah, no, 2nd and 4 compared to 2nd and 10, I'll take that any day.
.43 seconds left in the third. 20-7 Mexico City, the 7-2 Aztecs. The 6-2 Aztecs, the 7-2 Legion. Ike McBride, first down to the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back runs that were positive yard gains. That's something to build on. Don't need to be don't need to have any heroics now. Throw it too deep down the field.
Christian Brown, 13 of 22, 172 yards. McBride, 26 yards on 5 carries. Privado, 26 yards on 6 carries. Brown to throw. Brown fires short to Killian. Pass caught. Tackle made by Atera. 8-yard gain to end the quarter.
I think those are the routes they can be successful with, Cam. Those quick out routes to the sideline.
3 down, 1 to go. Put all your numbers in the chat. Rest easy, B-Robo. 20-7, Mexico City leads by 13. You're watching the Monday Night Spectacular doubleheader here in Week 12, right here on the Virtual Football Network. Estadio Matt Wilson honoring the fallen number 12 here in Mexico City, the former co-owner of the team, an all-time leading passer in the SFL, an inspiration to many. Matteo Privado's got a first down to the 37-yard line for first down.
These running backs on both sides are really dropping the lumber on the defense.
What I appreciate by both these teams, Charles, tonight is neither one has abandoned the run game. It was looking bleak early in this game, but both run games have found their footing a little bit in the second half. Draw. And not much on that one. That run goes for nothing for the first time in a while for Vancouver. Second down.
Yeah, that's I think it's a smart idea to run it though, because it just keeps the defense having to scheme for a draw.
Second down, bunch right, handoff Privado, and Fowler sticks him right at the line of scrimmage. A huge 3rd and 10 coming up for Vancouver. They are just 2 for 6 tonight.
This is, yeah, you said it, Cam. This is huge with a capital H.
Brown looking for someone to get open. Fires, caught! Nick Lockett coming across the middle. First down. What a find from Brown.
Not a lot of time for that one as well. The defense was starting to close that window up. Good route across the middle by Lockett.
Nice.
And a perfect strike by Brown. He needed that. Man, they're so bad, Cam.
In between the linebacker and the safety. Right where he needed to be at the right time for Christian Brown to find him. Now up over 200 yards. Christian Brown approaching 30,000 yards on his career, but needs a little bit more. Brown to throw, fires, caught, Lockett again, one-handed down to the 12.
They need big plays like that at this time of the game. You got to have people rise up and put the team on their back. And so far, from a receiving standpoint, Lockett's doing just that.
Vancouver's only loss is by 6 points to Sin City, by 3 points to Arizona. If they could come in here and get this win tonight, Brown to throw, fires, that's caught at the 5. If they could come in here and get this win tonight, Charles, that would, I think, fully cement them as, a legit championship contender trying to chase their first title right here, right now.
Yeah, and this is a huge test for them on the road, like I said, against one of the S-tier teams in the league.
2nd and 3, 7:40 left. Can Vancouver cap the drive and finish it. Handoff Bravado, nothing there. 3rd and 2. What's the call, Charles? Fowler on the tackle.
Wow. I mean, I would do a rollout. Line up like they're going to run it up the middle and just do a rollout.
I like it.
Take it all the way in or, toss it out to the outside.
Bravado in the backfield. 3rd and 2. Suddeth off to the left. Draw. Handoff. Bravado didn't get it. Jeffrey Daggs comes up to make the tackle. Mexico City gets a monstrous stop inside the 5.
Yeah, I mean, you can question that call, a draw, Cam, against the strong front that was out there. I mean, they were waiting for a run on that one, and, they probably saw something we didn't see.
Didn't hate it. If it would have worked out, we would have been singing the praises. It just didn't. 12 plays, 63-yard drive. Chance to win remains perfect on the season. And at the end of the day, Vancouver just gives themselves an opportunity to tie the game with a field goal and a touchdown again. But they're running out of time. They're going to have to get a stop here.
Yeah, and Mexico City has the offense built for eating up time. So this is the time of the game, and we saw it early with that Hoff interception. Now that defense has to find a way to upset the Mexico City's apple cart and get the ball back.
Jared Dumas is going to take it from 4 yards deep in the end zone, get away from Mark Lopez and Bear, but finally put down at the 25-yard line. Both these teams have very difficult schedules to end the season. Vancouver will go home next week to take on Bossier City, who is red hot after their win over Minnesota. Then after a bye, they go to Lexington, and that may be to get Lexington in the playoffs. Who knows? So they're going to be playing for a lot there. Mexico City is at Baltimore next week. They host Albuquerque the week after that, and then they finish at Arizona, a gauntlet for the defending champs down the stretch. .6:40 remaining. 20-10. Aztecs holding on. Sipe dumps it off to Bentley, and Ray Bentley will push forward for 5, dragging Ron Hoff with him.
That's just amazing. I thought he was dead to rights and behind the line of scrimmage and was able to knock off 5.
There's Sipe's up-to-date numbers, trying to get to 42. That's that magic number. 42 passes, 50 passes against Vancouver in his previous. Oh, fumble! Fumble picked up by Buford Van Dam. Are you kidding me? Morrison lost it.
Wow, that was a bullet dodged. I thought Caudell came up with it the way he was laying on the ground.
And it was DJ Woods who forced the fumble for Vancouver to put Mexico City in 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to disrupt. The defense is trying to disrupt it, but just couldn't get the ball that time.
Looks like man coverage. Jordan Sipe to throw. Jordan Sipe looking for someone to get open. Deep shot down the field. Caught at the 49-yard line by Adobe.
Huge catch. And, I mean, Sipe has just been throwing it at will. Wherever he wants to put it, he puts it there. And it's not bad coverage, Cam. I mean, not bad coverage at all. Just go down the field, stop, and turn around, and it's hard to adjust if you're, a cornerback going at full speed, being able to adjust to that quick stop.
Man, that felt like a moment, Charles. I mean, that was it right there for Vancouver. They had to get off the field, nearly force another fumble. Morrison gets away out of the backfield, first down, picks up 12.
Wow. I mean, it's so close yet so far on that one fumble, and it looked like there was going to be a disrupted play there, but Mexico City was able to turn something from nothing.
5:16 left.
Wow.
The Aztecs approaching field goal range. Vancouver can't afford to trade field goals here in the 4th quarter. 5 minutes left. Legion need a big-time play. Handoff, Bentley. Got a long one. Russell on the stop.
You can't let Bentley get those extra yards. You got to have a group tackle him.
11 for 67. Pretty solid night, all things considered. This tenacious front 6 for the Legion. 4:35 left. 2nd down and 9. Showing pressure off the left side. They toss it right. Morrison breaks a tackle. Morrison near a first down. Lopez shut it down, but a perfect play call by the Aztecs.
Had the two linebackers adjust and go in for a run blitz on the wrong side of the field, and they countered it perfectly on the Mexico City side.
Honestly, pretty great play for Vancouver to not give up a first down there. It looked like for sure the Aztecs were going to pick it up. This would be a 47-yard field goal from here in the range of Chaz Blackwater. 3rd down and 1. They're leaving the middle open. Bentley runs right through it. First down to the 23-yard line.
That is a tough run right there. Get those yards, and Vancouver is they gotta buckle up here and make something happen.
If they lose, Washington takes over the West at 7-2. Under 4 to play. Sight, toss. Morrison got away. Morrison 15 down to the 11-yard line. That is unsettling.
Just overpowering them, Cam. I mean, when you've got your running backs going through 2-3 defenders there on the edge, I mean, it's kind of showing you how the defense is playing against this Mexico City offense. I mean, Mexico City has only really been stopped 1, maybe 2 times.
The 24th first down of the night for the Aztecs. Still up plus 20 in total plays. It's been that way pretty much the entire game. 3:47 left. It does stop the clock. Bentley on the carry. Bentley down to the 7-yard line. And if I'm Mexico City, I'm not passing again. Right now, we're wearing them down.
Yeah, I agree. Run the clock out. And again, like I said, they've got the horses built to eat time off the clock, and we're seeing it.
Mexico City would get within a half game of Albuquerque for first place in the South. All 5 teams in the South can still win the South with 3 weeks and tonight to go. 3:07 left. Sipe's going to throw. Sipe dumps it off short to Henry. That's about as good of a pass play call as you could ask for in that situation.
Yeah, that pocket was deteriorating.
Risky play there, but it pays off for Mexico City. They can run more clock here, and they have just drained the fourth quarter, Charles. This drive, there's only been 2 drives in this fourth quarter. Vancouver's 12-play drive that ended in a field goal, and Mexico City's 10-play drive right now. 3rd and 3. This is actually only the 5th drive of the second half. Can they get set? Yes, they can, and Jordan Sipe will take it himself. Touchdown, Mexico City, and that is all the nails they need.
And third touchdown of the season for Sipe. I mean, he's been playing a near-perfect game, and that was a smart decision, running it up the middle there.
2:23 left, and this extra point will seal it. Look, I mean, Vancouver did not play a terrible game tonight, but Mexico City executed when they needed to execute in the biggest moments. They were 10 of 14 on 3rd down. Their scoring drives tonight, 8 plays, 11 plays, 7 plays, 11 plays, 10 plays. Vancouver literally did not have enough time in this game.
Well, it started off a little more one-dimensional for Mexico City, but they made adjustments and wound up a lot of runs. And I don't know what the breakout is, but it looks like they had a lot of runs here in the second half and was basically taking it to the defense of Vancouver.
39 passes, 27 runs for the game in total. Christian Brown's got a long road ahead here. 2:22 left in the 4th. Looks like
hoping our trip home is through security is a lot better than this one.
I'm sure we'll
Doing
be
your
fine.
back massager.
I have no idea how I got that through customs. 1st and 10 at the 20. Christian Brown back to pass. It's caught. That's John Michael Sutter to the 34-yard line. Now they'll hurry Brown straight back, fires one-on-one coverage, and the timing just a little bit off. Trying to get that play in before the 2-minute warning, looking for Killian.
I mean, they so far the secondary for Mexico City is just giving them enough, but then as they get closer down the field, they just start locking it down.
Vancouver, second in the SFL, averaging 265 pass yards per game. They're at 231 right now. Christian Brown needed 296 to get to 30,000 passing yards for his career. He's 18th all-time in SFL history. That pass is caught to the 40-yard line for Killian. So if you're looking for a storyline still left in this one, it's 60 yards down the field for Christian Brown. 2-minute warning. Mexico City leads Vancouver 27-10. You're watching the Monday Night Spectacular doubleheader here in Week 12 of Season 24 right here on the Virtual Football Network. And coming up, Mark Lopez and Cameron Duty have the call between the Arizona Scorpions and the Minnesota Legend. Kickoff is just a little bit under an hour from now from Minnesota as that pass to Killian's incomplete, 4th down.
That was close. Could have got a flag on that one, maybe.
4th and 5. Brown needs it. Crowd chanting defense. Brown to throw. Brown is going to be sacked. He had no chance. I thought there for a moment he was going to get out of it. He was smothered. Chance Wall eventually brings him down.
It's his second, I believe, tonight, correct? Second sack tonight. Yep, that's right. I mean, that right there in a nutshell was the Vancouver offense tonight. I mean, they go down the field, and then as they start getting close, the defense for Mexico City just shuts it down.
And the Aztecs still undefeated in the Santa Fe Gorilla Throwbacks. According to team owner Mike Daggs, they'll hand it off to Ray Bentley. Vancouver still has all 3 timeouts left, but we're playing out the stretch partner. Next week, we go to, I believe we go to Florida. Is that game in Florida? The Florida Storm take on the Arizona Scorpions. No, it's in Arizona, actually, and that is desperate times for both teams. Whether Arizona wins or loses tonight, we'll have the call next week between Florida and Arizona. It doesn't get much more important than next Monday night.
Oh, definitely. And with this win, I think Mexico City and Baltimore are the 2 teams that have 5-game winning streaks.
And they meet each other on Sunday.
See how I teed that up for you, Cam? I'm tired of doing your job.
We're a team, Charles. Hand off to Bentley.
There he goes. Oh, well, he didn't escape this time.
Didn't get it, so Vancouver
He's
will...
doing it all night, though.
Yep, Vancouver will call a timeout, and that'll bring on Blackwater to get some more points on the board, and it'll give Christian Brown another chance to get that $30K tonight. Blackwater's kick is good.
Right down the middle.
30-10.
Vancouver's got to walk away with something. 3 points, 7 points, something.
If they don't, this would be their worst loss in almost a year. They lost by 20 points to the Canton Classics in Week 3 of last season, but this is not a team that loses a lot of big games. They lost to Florida in the season 22 quarterfinals by 27, but I mean, we're talking about a long time ago for this Legion team that's in every game they play, and they win most of them.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that sets them apart is they've got, one of the better, if not the best defense they've ever had.
Mexico City somehow found a way through it tonight as Christian Brown's pass incomplete. Very tight coverage. Killian upset with himself, trying to get his teammate a milestone.
That was extremely tight. I mean, that could have been bad.
Well, I think if you're Vancouver, Charles, I think I think you're going to be okay. I mean, I think this team knows they are right in the thick of it this season. They certainly had bounced back from a 5-7 season last season, missed the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. This is a perennial postseason team. They'll be back in it, barring some major event as Lockett makes the catch.
Maybe they kind of needed this a smack in the mouth to, whatever they needed to do, whatever adjustments they need to make.
Sometimes a loss at this point of the season, can be good. You kind of get it out of your system as you get ready for that final push. This will be Mexico City's first regular season win in this series since season 13, when they defeated Vancouver 45-33. As Christian Brown got away from a sack this time, but could not stick it into Nakai. 3rd down and 10.
The first convention I went to was, I think it was Mexico City versus Vancouver.
I think it was that game. I was trying to think. That was the Atlanta convention, wasn't it?
It was.
And that was, so that was the last time Mexico City beat Vancouver in the regular season. How about that? Actually,
big catch. It's
the last time they've done it at home. I do want to clarify. They did beat Vancouver in season 15 in the regular season, but still a long time ago. Handoff or pass complete to Lockett to the 47-yard line. Vancouver's got a shot here.
Yeah, they do. They're moving it well, but they're playing soft defense, so they're gonna lock it up right when they get close to field goal range.
Christian Brown spikes it to move up on the all-time leaderboards. He would need about 1,000 more yards to catch the now retired Matt South for 17th all-time, but still an opportunity to get to 30,000. Needed 296. At this point, he needs unofficially 27 yards, but I'm going to say officially, the way our stat trackers have been doing math tonight. Lockett with the catch, 1st down. And a spike.
They're going to probably go for a touchdown regardless, right? Even if they have a shot at a field goal, they're going to run the clock out trying to go for a touchdown. Is that correct?
I would imagine so, yes. Christian Brown back to pass. That's caught.
Nice pass.
Lockett, 1st down to the 21. They'll spike again. 28, 27 ticks.
Tell you what, though. Lockett has had some impressive catches tonight.
Yeah. You know what? And this next level of receivers for Vancouver, I think this team's in great hands. Lockett, Bear, Nakai, these are some excellent up-and-comers. 2nd down, 24 seconds left. And let's see. Brown back to pass, incomplete. Unofficially, he just got to 30K, Charles. Hopefully,
congratulations.
We can cement it here. It's a 1-yard difference. Can you imagine 30,001? What are the odds of that? 3rd and 10, 21 seconds to go. Brown throws, caught. That's definitely going to get it as Lili Nakai got out of bounds 1 yard short with 17 seconds left.
She could have got a couple more.
Just trying to get out of bounds in that situation. They will go for it. Can the offense get a touchdown? It's about pride, too. 4th and 1. Rollout. Brown hit as he threw. Got crushed. Incomplete. And the Mexico City defense puts the final statement in this story.
Yeah, they've run that rollout a couple times tonight, and the defense of Mexico City had their number. It was like they were waiting right there at the edge, and Brown had to make a snap decision.
Victory formation coming up. Larry Love out there to take it. Mexico City's going to improve to 7-2. Vancouver falls to 7-3. And the defending champs slowly creeping up the standings. Part of the top 4 teams with 2 losses, along with Washington, Albuquerque, and Baltimore. Baltimore, Mexico City next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Your final 30-10, Mexico City over Vancouver. Charles, who's your player of the game?
I'm going to give it to Sipe on the offense and Ryan on the defense. 2 interceptions for Ryan, and Sipe was just so accurate tonight. It was crazy. Then was able to stand in there when Vancouver was sending a ton of pressure.
70 offensive plays for Mexico City tonight. They got their fair share. Ron Hoff, a 94-yard pick six, was Vancouver's only touchdown of the evening. They were in this thing, but it just wasn't enough against Mexico City tonight. For Andy Hamilton and Ike McBride in our stats truck, Charles Doherty, I am Cameron Irvine, and this has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. Don't go anywhere. It's Arizona at Minnesota coming up next in a big-time game with playoff implications everywhere. Thanks for watching, and continue to watch. Have a great night, everybody.